There once was a boy who was obsessed with video games. From the moment he woke up until the moment his parents made him go to bed, he would sit in his dark bedroom killing enemy after enemy. He never played a game that he couldn't beat, until one day, a strange game appeared on his screen. A game that he didn't remember buying. In it, you were a strong hero with a sword, running through a medieval village, slaying ugly little goblins. But as the boy got farther in the game, more and more hordes of goblins attacked, until they eventually overwhelmed him. Then they would laugh, a high-pitched goblin laugh, mocking him. The boy became consumed by the challenge of killing every last goblin. But even though he spent every moment he could playing the game, it was never enough. The goblins always won. He needed more time to play. When his parents came to wake him up for school, he pretended to be sick so he could stay home and play the game. He played the game all day and all night. The next morning, his eyes had heavy bags and his skin was sickly pale. His parents told him to stay home from school another day, so he kept on playing. For 2 days, the boy didn't eat or sleep or get out of bed. All he did was destroy laughing goblin after laughing goblin, becoming more and more obsessed with each kill. Finally, as the sun rose on the 3rd day, he defeated the final horde and won the game. Before he could celebrate, the screen went to black. Then, a single goblin appeared on the screen, laughing at him. The boy tried to get up to get a closer look, but his legs wouldn't move. He looked down, and to his horror, his legs were disintegrating into tiny little pixels. He tried to scream, but before he could, his whole body pixelated, and he felt himself being sucked into the screen. When the boy came to, he found himself staring at his darkened room. He slowly turned around to see a medieval village. He was inside the game. Now he could play forever. But before he could hunt for goblins, he heard a clicking sound behind him, like controller buttons being smashed. He turned around and looked closer through the television screen. It wasn't his darkened room. It was another kid's room. A kid who was staring intensely at the screen, mashing buttons on her controller. The boy was confused. If she was the one playing the game, why was he inside of it? The game only had one hero, and they couldn't both be in control. With a growing sense of dread, the boy grabbed a silver shield and looked at his reflection. Staring back at him wasn't the hero's strong face. In fact, it wasn't a face at all. Just a pair of large, red eyes surrounded by fur. He was a goblin. There had to be some mistake. He shuffled around, desperately looking for some way out of this nightmare. Then suddenly, he heard boots pounding towards him. The hero rushed through the village, sword in hand, headed right for him. The boy cried out to the girl, begging her to stop playing. But the only sound that came out was a little goblin laugh.